going to record, and she will be putting a kind of help sheet in the chat. Today's workshop is on Canvas Commons. So we did a workshop on Canvas Commons. I don't know when, last summer sometime. They've all blurred together. We had a PowerPoint with that one. So if you kind of like that approach versus, however, you can go back into all the recordings, and it was past summer, and they're all running together for me. So let me share my screen. Oh, well, if I double click. And let Zoom, put it Zoom. Okay. We'll get started. I wanted to go through and tell you again a little bit about Canvas. Some of the perks of it, some of the things that we found with using it, and stuff like that. So Canvas Commons is a learning object repository. So, you know, we talked for years about wanting some kind of repository to be able to share things across the campus. Well, Canvas already had that, and they've had, I mean, at the time we did our last workshop last summer, over 230,000 resources. Just this morning when I logged into Canvas, it was over 250,000 resources. So it grows daily. And you can share items with only yourself. You can share items with groups of colleagues. You can share items with the SMWC community or all Canvas instructors. You know, I'd say all Canvas users, but when you put stuff in there, students don't have access to it. So only people with like instructor kind of roles. It's nice. It's fairly straightforward and easy to use. It has new resources being added daily. You can find things that are already created, like quizzes, exams, assignments, banners, lessons. You can even get notified when the creator updates the files. You can add resources to your favorites. So you have a little favorites tab that you can click on. Those are all perks of it. Some of the different kinds of use cases. So when you go into Canvas Commons, which we'll do in just a minute after I go through this stuff and show you, it's going to come right up to the featured things from our institution. So the only things that we have in there so far as we're getting going, something very beneficial for all of us is all of the syllabus templates. And that will be our most updated syllabus templates at all times. You know, we're kind of going through the flux of how we can put our syllabus in Canvas, but we'll always have our syllabus template. So that's one thing. Then you can get notifications if any changes have been made to the syllabus template. I'll never forget one time that the administration was like, Jamie, at faculty assembly, tell them all this is being changed in the syllabus template. And I'm like, all right. And I told everybody, and they grumbled. So now every time there's some kind of change, you're like, oh, tell everybody we're changing this word in the policy or in something. They have to change that in all their syllabi. I'm like, no, I've learned that lesson. I am not telling the faculty that. So, you know, I think some of the changes that Dr. Rob has helped us make and everything with syllabus formatting policies and things like that in Canvas, because college policies are all embedded at the bottom of your syllabus page. So that's great. Case studies. So you can find case studies on a lot of different topics and subject areas. Quizzes. So if you're like me, it's a struggle when I'm revamping lots of courses to build quizzes for all of them, which is what I'm doing right now, and I could pull my hair out sometimes. trying to make sure I have the right kind of file types to import question banks into Canvas, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. Activities, like you could link in, I have Pinterest boards for different subject areas, business topics, first year college experience. I think I built one for stats when I taught stats. Kahoot, you could share classroom activities, you could look for lesson plans, banners or course cards that you could find that have already been created and formatted. Okay, because if any of you have created your own banner, you know it's a process. I mean, every time I do it, I have to be like, Stacy, how do I do this? So it's nice to have already created ones. That's my opinion. I'm just going to point out some of this stuff, and then I'll go in and actually show you in Commons. So Stacy put in here a quick how-to, like how do I use Commons? It goes from how do you get into Commons to how you search for things, filter things. And a very important note that I'm going to say right now, because I get distracted easily. It's recommended to always import into your sandbox in Canvas first to test the item, and then you can move it into your course. I imported an entire course from OpenStax into my Principles of Management Woods Online course. That was disastrous. It took twice as long when I built my course, because I had to like pick and choose, and I only picked like maybe 2 items from that course I brought over that I thought, I like this, that we didn't know, you know what I mean? And I had to go through and delete all of that. And then when I ran my link validator, I had like 4 zillion broken links, and I'm like, oh dear Lord. I deleted the items, but the pages were still stuck in there. So then I had to go through my pages and be like, oh, I just pray that I do not delete the things that I need. So do not ever, I would suggest don't bring over from Commons a course, because people put whole courses in there. And we have a template we go by. I promise you it will not be pretty. If you ever come to that need, I'd say import it into your sandbox and pray, because then your sandbox is going to be broke. So I've done it. You name it, I broke it. So she's got instructions at the top of the second page on how you upload an item to Commons. It's pretty simple. You can't just upload from outside of Canvas into it. Like, that's my instinct is like, I want to upload from my OneDrive or, my documents or whatever, my desktop. You share things and upload into Commons from your Canvas courses. It's the 3 dots to the far right of the title of the item. Near the bottom, it says share to Commons. You'll fill in the information. Make sure you do the grade level at the bottom, and I'll show you that. So many people rush through that. I notice more things than not in Canvas say all grades, and I'm like, wow, that'd be rough for kindergarten. It's like, dang. It's because it's at the bottom. It's like this bar that you move your little clickers to whatever grade level it is. It's so easy for people to just scroll down and save it, and they don't do that. So make sure you do that. It's so much easier to search for stuff. And some additional notes that I'm sure I'll mention again, but download times can vary. So it can take a little while. When you're downloading something, when you're uploading something into Commons, so don't be alarmed about that. Always preview a resource before you bring it into your course. Always know that when you import into your course, you're going to go into your course and be like, where is it? Because I do that. It's on whatever index page it would belong on if you were just putting that item straight into your course. So if it's a quiz, it'll be under your quizzes pages. If it's a file, it'll be in your files. If it's a page, it'll be in your pages. If it's an assignment, it'll be in your assignments. Pay attention to published versus unpublished, and just, you can just click that like a toggle on and off pretty much on everything through Canvas. And sort everything imported into your modules first, and then apply naming conventions, because everybody doesn't name just like we do. So, and vice versa. So that's just things to remember. So this is a good, helpful sheet that kind of gives you a quick run through of it. And I'm going to minimize this right now. Oh, and Stacy will re-upload the help sheet for anyone that came in. So it will be in the chat. All right. So Commons is in your global navigation, the far left navy blue vertical bar over here. So we're going to click on Commons. It's going to take you into that. And that's what I said. You'll see the featured institutional things from the college first. So, I can click on like 8-week undergraduate syllabus. I can see right off the bat over here on the far right, it's St. Mary the Woods College approved. It'll preview here, so I can look at it. I can look at the details. Okay, I can leave a review of it. Be like, well, I don't like all these changes that get made. And then the administration's like, oh, I forgot. Oh, I forgot. This person's different, or we care about our students in this way or that way. Let's put that in there because it's fun. Some of the stuff will show, version notes. If people put that in, a lot of the things you find in Commons, that'll just be grayed out. That's what I noticed. So additional information for Title IX coordinators and student wellness section. I think that's very important. But if you could please have me announce that at the same time that you need to make sure you have the correct banner at the start of your syllabus, that would be great. Not back-to-back faculty assemblies where they're like, ooh, that. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. You'll just have to terminate me. Good luck. So yeah, you can import it. You can download it. I mean, something like this, you'll probably want to just download it straight to your computer. You can mark it to favorites, so it's in your favorites tab up here. I just find that very helpful. I can go back to my search, and there's a lot of featured things. And if you just notice as you scroll a lot of these things, I don't know why, I think they're just new. Like I can tell you this course card I just put in this morning is not a featured item on Canvas on everybody's home screen. So I don't know what's happening. But it will show you the things that are featured institutionally first. Okay, so we're going to go step by step with this. So we can search for something in the search bar. So maybe if I search, now just so you know, I don't search knife. I don't know what's wrong with this. I have no idea. But then I crack up because, well, I did search the cookie decorating spinning caddy, and I bought that. It's very nice. And I did write a paper on autocratic leadership. I write a lot of lit reviews, and I'm like, do I search knives a lot? I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to search accounting. Okay, it pulls up 708 items, and I'm like, that's a lot. I'll scroll through, and a lot of the stuff has got the grade levels under it designated. There's some topics though that I just noticed that those people in that discipline, they just don't care about the grade level when they're putting it in. So you can search by most relevant, the latest uploaded, the most favorited, the most downloaded, and you can see how many downloads the item has in the bottom left corner, right beside it to the right, how many people have favorited it. And you can click on latest and it'll show the newest stuff. And I'm like, there's some weird stuff mixed in my accounting search, like the very first one. Okay. But I usually have mine on most relevant. You can filter. So the filter is very helpful. This can help you get to what you need. You can put on these St. Mary the Woods College approved resources, but you're just going to get a syllabus right now. We will branch that out as we go, but yeah, I leave that off. You can click here to search any of these items, so you can say, okay, well, I'm really looking for quizzes, and it's over here in the background, it's updating. I don't mess with content types very much. That's a newer thing. It's optional. You don't have to fill that in. Templates are open textbooks. I kind of think like open textbooks, like it's a free resource. Templates, if it's something you built. Grade levels, critical for what I need. So I'm going to choose undergraduate. Down here, shared with, I just leave it on all for public resources. I click out of that, and that brings me down to 64 results. And I'm like, okay, I can handle that. And I can scroll, and if I see something I like, I can click on it, and I'm like, all right, well, this is an accounting exam 1. I'm going to click on it and look. Right as soon as I click on it, and it could take a few seconds for it to upload in the preview. I see a preview of the actual exam, a max attempt of 1 time, the questions, and it shows the answers. So, I mean, that's beneficial. It would be lovely. It would be lovely if I could find all my quizzes already made in here. It'd be lovely if I could share my quizzes I've made, because I feel like I put 12 times longer than I need to in making them by the time I tinker with them. But, you can scroll through it and look at that. You click on details. It'll tell you the author, their account, like where they're from, any tags or anything like that. You can leave a review on it. You can import it. And again, I would import it into my sandbox. If it's then good, you can then move it to your course. You can download it to your computer and then upload it. You can favorite it. Okay, you can copy the link to it. I've learned you have to be careful with quizzes and exams, because I tried to upload a quiz in my management course. It pulls from a question bank, like from a bank of however many, it pulls 25 randomly and shuffles them in my quiz. I got an error message when I tried to upload it to Canvas, because I think it was a disconnect between the quiz and the question bank. It didn't give me the option to upload them both. It really clicked for me when I thought, oh, I'm going to use this book, this OpenStax financial accounting book. Ooh, there's already quizzes made. Nice. But when I clicked on it, Stacy and I just looked at it, there's nothing here. Because I can already tell you, OpenStax is how I made my management quiz, and I imported their test bank, and it was so easy to import that and then to bam, shuffle, do all that stuff. That's what's happened here. See, I have the shell of a quiz, but the question bank didn't come over with it. So anyway, just be careful looking at things that it's got actually what you need in it. But you you can browse and look for stuff throughout. That's pretty straightforward. I want to show you, because I know Stacy says I talk too long. I'm going to go into one of my courses now and show you how you put something into Commons, because I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh, I'm doing good. And then I thought, wait a minute, I forgot. So let's see, what was I going to share? Oh, wait, where'd it go? Maybe it's in here. I'll be okay. I get distracted. Then I did something in between going over this morning and this, so I forget. So I'm like, ooh, maybe I could share my financial literacy banner. It's basic. It's not, this isn't branded. It could be used widely. Hopefully, since I build at the college, we'll use it. That's just my optimal thought because they asked me to. But I think I want to share that. So the first thing I did was like, Stacy, how do I share an image? And she said, well, we go into files. And I'm like, okay, I'm in here. What do I do? And she's like, well, you can click on course images, and well, there's my course card. Template images. I can't remember if it was under homepage or uploaded media. I could scroll down and I see this. I've got to name stuff better. FINLIT, web banner, blah, blah, blah. I don't change it when I make the banner. And then I have some random thing. So here I can do this. If it's an assignment, you just go to the assignment and you go to the far right of it. You don't have to go into files. You just go there and do it. But I wanted to upload something that I was actually going to upload to Commons. So I'm going to go over here to these three dots. I'm going to go down at the very bottom, share to Commons. It's going to load. It's brought the banner in as the image, or at least the middle of the banner. And I think, oh, I don't like this. It's got a weird name. It's not going to be anything searchable. So first of all, going through here, is this an update to a previously shared resource? So like, did I upload a new syllabus template? Click. It'll let everybody know. Who can use this? So only me. I'll be the only one that can see it. All of the college, or all common Canvas users, not students, but users like faculty, teachers. So I'm going to say public. I'm going to skip over this because it's nothing there I need. I'm going to go here where it says copyrighted, because copyrighted is like if you made something. I mean, I made the banner, but I made the banner with a Pixabay image, and that's a free image. It's a public domain image. There's no copyright control over those. So I'm going to change my title to financial literacy banner. I think that'll be more searchable for people if they're looking for a banner. You have to put a description in. So I'm just going to say, oh, I can't spell. I should put that. Financial literacy banner. I don't know. That works, Stacy said. I like to think about stuff for like an hour and a half. So that works. You can put tags. So I could put tags. So I could say, I could type that one more time. Financial literacy, enter. Budgeting, enter. Money, enter. I could put college. I don't know. I mean, oh. Stacy's so smart. Course banner, enter. Maybe I'll just put banner, enter. Now, some of the stuff, especially if it's something you made that you want to be reviewed by the Commons community, you can click and tag. You can just click that and it'll do community review. I'm just gonna leave it because I've already put it in. A lot of the things that I've tried to share, it's blank on the image. You have to put an image in. So I usually just think if it's like a YouTube video, if you can save a thumbnail image, if you can screenshot that, the image of the video before it plays or whatever, while you're thinking about it, so you'll have it. Down here at the bottom, this is where I'm telling you that people just go right past it and they're like, ooh, pretty. And they hit share because I'll find everything. And I'm like, that is not kindergarten level. For this, I think legitimately though, you know, while I think it could be really anything useful for teaching financial literacy in lots of grade levels, I'm going to notch it up and say, you know, 10th, 11th, 12th, undergrad. I'm going to take out grad because I'd probably, if I was building it for a grad level, I don't know that I'd use this one. I think I might have something a little bit more, I don't know, fancy, professional, I don't know. So I'm going to click share. It gives us this TV with these pretty little lines and boxes. And it says it's going to take a little while to bring in. So I usually go up here to shared, because in bam, and it's here. So I can click on the title of that. It shows me the banner. It shows me the details, the grade levels. I shared it publicly, my name, where I'm from. I mean, people could import that right into their course and bam, it's an already formatted banner. And, you know, Stacy and I made a lot of banners that are populated into your courses. Those weren't there when we started. It took it took a long time to do it. I just wish they were like a huge library was already ready for us, because that would have been so much easier. So I can go back to my shared, you know what I mean? And it's kind of interesting to go through. I shared my Lego banner. I use this in a course or two, and 10 people have downloaded that. Stuff like that. But just real quick, we have a few minutes that I can take questions, but I just want to show you if you're in a course where you want to share something like an assignment or a page or something, you just have to go to the item, a discussion, an assignment, whatever, those 3 dots, share to Commons. But think about what you're looking for. If it's some kind of file in somewhere, look for files. If it's a page, go to pages. Most other things are going to be assignments, quizzes, discussions.
Should be able to share from modules.
You can share from modules, yeah. Yeah, you can share from modules, but be careful though, because I get kind of crazy and I link stuff like this video to this discussion back to this video, this quiz to this question bank. I don't want to share something and get somebody all excited and then bam, they have the broken link to what they need to connect to. So just think about that when you're searching and uploading. So are there any questions? Did I cover everything? I'm going to stop share. Any questions or any thoughts? Are any of you excited for Canvas Commons? Yes, I've had 2 yeses.
Thanks, you search for the knives show up because you always search for Mike Myers.
Well, I have the tiniest, I didn't get them out because I thought, my God, I never know who might watch these videos. I have the tiniest little set of knives that Stacy got me for Christmas, and they've all got these little leather covers that go on them and snap on them. They're real knives, like they're literally like this big. And there's different sets of them you can get. Stacy searched it on her computer. I don't usually. Yes, I've stopped looking for Michael Myers. I've moved on. Now I'm really into Legos. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying. Oh, I bet, Teresa. That'd be neat. Well, don't search them because it is so awkward when I teach stuff and my search thing will come up and on everything it's like search. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, donut. I'm like, no, candy, maybe. But you know, it's like, good Lord, it just pulls the most ignorant things when you search like in Google and stuff. So, all right, but no